Hello, everybody. So I wanted to quickly touch base on, I know I might have done it before, but I want to bring it a little bit more to the present state of mind or present knowledge that I've added up, kind of upgraded, updated. I think that what is the purpose then of physical health? Why would one want to do the physical health thing? Why is it more tricky than emotional health or maybe mental health? What is this thing really, and why does it have any benefit at all to anybody? I think mainly this leads to our end game, which is from these pieces of what I call elements of health: mental, physical, and emotional. Uh, we are drawn to the environment of health for a human being. Now, because we're all human, and because this must mean we have some kind of habitat that we do great in, as all things have a habitat that they do great in, a certain environment that allows them to kind of come to being or to live well. I think we also have this thing. So I think physical health is kind of the quantifying of um, certain emotional experiences that allow us to solve for, which is the mind, solve for this environment of health. And in creating this environment of health, I think the end expression is that we interact with life as it is. We don't have intensities. We don't have charges to things that are not particularly there, that are being brought up maybe from the past, but are not in the present. I think this is always what we try to seek for, and being able to do that, see a thing as it is, we react appropriately. So there is no large spike in energy wasted on something that does not require that. I think a quick example of this is somebody cuts you off in traffic and is driving dangerously, which is not okay. Fair enough. We could acknowledge that we are not driving that way, and that the chances of that person endangering their life and others is high because they're doing that. However, our response should be that we become cautious drivers or conscious drivers, that's better, and are aware of people that drive that way, therefore protecting our safety and doing what we can about it for ourselves. If we're feeling slightly more passionate about that, we might bring kind of awareness by um, some kind of social expression, which is an expression greater than our internal environment. Um, so, what would not be so in line with the thing as it is would be rage, anger, frustration, driving, speeding up to catch up with this person, to honk your horn, to say some choice words to them, to make them know that they are doing this thing and they need to stop, or we will stop them, or we will shame them, or we will put them down. I think if we're going to lean towards the environment of health for a human, the response would be more directly, why would anybody want to endanger their life and other people's lives? Because that's exactly what that action does. To get to work or to get to where they're going, 10 to 15 minutes maybe faster. We'd say that they would not be living in a world of positive health for humans. We'd say they're looking at a very stressed, repressed, um, external version of what it feels like to be healthy or appreciated or accomplished, and their job or wherever they're going, it's so much a part of their being good, a good boy, a good girl, or productive, that they're willing to put their life at risk. We wouldn't say that's a fair trade. I don't think if we talk to the person when they're calmed down and say, hey, is 15 minutes of time uh, worth sacrificing the rest of your life, even if it was a year that you'd live? Is the 15 minutes worth that? Any person not moving under pressure or emotional charge would answer, yeah, no. I have people that care about me, or I have things that I care about that need me to be existing longer than 15 minutes. Right? In fact, why are you making money if you're only going to lose it in 15 minutes after? So we'd see again that this is not completely that environment of health for a human being, right? And we'd say if we were in that situation, we'd probably need a hug. Energetically, emotionally, something that's soothing to allow us to come to a calmer place of being able to process what we truly value in life, i.e. hug. That's what I mean when I say hug. So being able to interact with that more appropriately, if we were to see this person, we would say something kind, say something that brings a little bit of awareness to the situation. Telling them that they're stressed, they probably know that. Wishing them a good day, smiling at them even though they're not going to smile back. This saying some kind words, these things lessen the pressure, even if it's not immediately. It stands out as different to how their brain is generally processing things. I think this is easily seen by when somebody does a kind gesture to you that they didn't have to do, that catches you out of nowhere, and you break your world of internal thought or our physical health environment, and we see, wow, there's something that is brighter and kinder that just got pushed in here. How do we react to this? Generally, we're going to react positively. Whether it's just the break in negativity, or it is a change for the rest of the day, or it is in wanting to repay an act like this to somebody else that we care about in our day, which then pays it forward, right? So we'd say that we do really do well in creating this personal environment of health, which is the same healthy environment for all people. Now, if people act against this, they must act against human nature, which is life, which is living, and we can't say a person who is being aware of what's happening would do something like that. Nobody really wants to sacrifice their life for no reason, and therefore we want to understand that about people. The people that have the challenges are having the hardest time. You may not be having the same hard time. You might not have to have the hard time after somebody shows you the hard time that they're having, which is their frustration, anger, or shortness with you. That's them having a hard time and not being able to access their internal resources to be able to participate with the human environment of health. Are you going to add more to that? Probably shouldn't. Are you going to change it? Maybe you can't. Are you going to show that you're not from that same aspect? Yes. Are you going to do it in a way of compensating? No. So because it's not a compensation, it will be a quiet but firm good afternoon. Without change, with that tone, with that body, and is a very strong and powerful thing. So, and this is why we look to leaders, the people that can have their emotions, if you will, in check, in the sense that working for the right purpose. We look up to the people that can kind of do that in tough situations. Therefore, when we're in a tough situation, we generally move towards these people. However, you can have the external expression and not the internal, so we need to be a little bit more wise, possibly, of who really embodies this thing. And to know that if somebody's going to embody the human environment of health, it will be a lot more calm. It will be a lot more simple in nature. It'll be a lot more silent than you might think, and easy to overlook, I would say, if you're not paying attention for it. However, you might be drawn to it energetically anyway, but this is just mainly your navigator, if you will, those emotions navigating or pointing out the direction you should go in. They will be pointing out that you might need a little bit more calm that you see in this person, at least as an external expression. Now, hopefully that added a little bit more context to why it is important to strive for the human environment of health. Ultimately, we do also pass down this human environment as health as well to our people we care about or to our society. Either way, we will be passing it down. So I think if we spend a little time at developing it, this would be very great. Thank you for listening.